get the upper quartile Q2, the formula is equals to L1. This is the lower class boundary plus, in parentheses, 3 times the total number of frequency n over 4 minus summation of frequency, that is frequency before the median frequency, all over the frequency of the median FQ times the class difference C. Therefore, count is equals to 3 times the total number of frequency all over 4, which is equals to 3 times 50 all over 4, which will give us 37.5. The lower class boundary is equals to 39.5. The sum of frequency before the median frequency F is equals to 34. The median frequency is 9. The class difference is equals to 10. Therefore, the upper quartile is equals to 39.5 plus, in brackets, you substitute the value, that is 37.5 minus 34 all over 9 times 10. Q3 is equals to 39.5 plus 35 over 9. Q3 is equals to 39.5 plus 3.88. Q3 is equals to 43.38. The semi-interquartile range semi-Q is equals to the upper quartile Q3 minus the lower quartile Q1 all over 2. If you substitute the values of what we have gotten, we now have 43.38 minus 24.91 all over 2. If you do our mathematics, we now have 18.4 all over 2, which is equals to 9.235. The 70th percentile, L1, which is the lower class boundary, plus, in brackets, 70 times the total number of frequency all over 100 minus the summation of frequency before the median F1 over the QF times C. Count is equals to 70 times n over 100. If you substitute n, we have 70 times 50 all over 100, which gives us 35. Therefore, lower class boundary L is equals to 39.5, sigma F is equals to 34, FQ is equals to 9, C is equals to 10. Then substitute these values into the formula. We now have 39.5 plus, in parentheses, 35 minus 34 all over 9 times 10, which will give us 39.5 plus, in parentheses, 1 over 9 times 10, which will give us 39.5 plus 10 over 9, which will now have 39.5 plus 1.11, which give us 40.61. Example, the table below are marks scored by 42 in a mathematics. Shows the test. Marks frequency. When the mark is from 0 to 9, the frequency is 2. When the mark is from 10 to 19, the frequency is 3. When the mark is from 20 to 29, the frequency is 5. When the marks are from 30 to 39, the frequency is 12. When the marks is from 40 to 49, the frequency is 9. When the mass is from 50 to 59, the frequency is 5. When the mass is from 60 to 69, the frequency is 6. A. Show the cumulative frequency table for the data and use it to draw the cumulative frequency curve or give. B. Use your graph, estimate the I median, II upper quartile, III 88th percentile. Solution. S represents the mark, F represents the frequency, CF represents the cumulative frequency, Y class boundary, then the class boundary. Then when the mark is from 0 to 9, the frequency is 2. The cumulative frequency is 2. The class boundary, which is 0.5 to 9.5. Then for when S is from 10 to 19, the frequency is 3. The cumulative frequency is 2 plus 3, which will give us 5. The class boundary is 9.5 to 19.5. When this mark S is from 20 to 29, the frequency F is 5. The cumulative frequency is 5 plus 5, which will give us 10. The class boundary will now become from 19.5 to 29.5. When the mark is 30 to 39, the frequency is 12. The cumulative frequency will now be 12 plus 10. The class boundary will now be 29.5 to 39.5. When the mark is 40 to 49, the frequency is 9. The cumulative frequency is 31. The class boundary is from 39.5 to 49.5. When the mark is 50 to 59, the frequency is 5. The cumulative frequency is 36, while the class boundary is 49.5 to 59.5. When the mark is 60 to 69, the frequency is 6. The cumulative frequency is 36 plus 6, which will give us 42. The class boundary is 59.5 to 69.5. The total frequency is 42. Solution: median is equals to L1 plus, in parentheses, N over 2 minus sigma F1 all over Fn times C. So the count is equals to N over 2, which is equals to 50 over 2, which gives us 21, over C is equals to 10. Therefore, if you substitute the value of the value into this formula, we now have L1 is our lower class boundary, which is 29.5 plus, in parentheses, 21 minus 10 all over 12 times 10, which will give us 29.5 plus 11 over 12. This is the same thing, which is equals to 29.5 plus 9.2. Therefore, the median is equals to 38.7. Solution: 80 percentile is equals to L1 plus, in parentheses, 80 n over 100 minus sigma F1 all over Fo times C. Count is equals to 80n over 100, which is equals to 80 times 42 all over 100, will give us 33.6. L1 is equals to 49.5. Sigma F is equals to 31. Fo is equals to 5. C is equals to 10. For 49.5 plus 5.2 is equals to 54.5. Plotting a graph of frequency against